Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today I've got an excellent killer Sudoku created by Peter Maverick. This Sudoku has been taken from the LMI Puzzle Expo and it was posted I think yesterday. I've solved the Sudoku already and my solve was not that proficient. I got stuck a bit on locations that I should have easily identified, and I also got stuck a bit on the harder areas. So I thought this would make for a really good video from which I can learn and I also can impart something to the viewers. So please see this video. Let's go to the rules now. And about the author, Peter Maverick is an excellent author. His Sudokus always have very narrow solve path and you need to do a lot of elimination. Nothing will be immediately apparent. It will be really narrow. You have to dig in very deep to get across his Sudokus. And the link to solve this Sudoku is in the description of the video. And as I said, it has been taken from LMI Puzzle Expo, which is a great initiative by Logic Masters India. Already close to 250 or 300 Sudoku puzzles and Sudokus have been posted on the website by different authors. So please do check it out. Let's go on to the rules now. Each row, each column and 3x3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. And standard killer rules apply. The digits within cages do not repeat, and they sum to the clue given in the top left corner of the cage. Killer is a very popular variant, needs no further introduction. So I'll try to take the viewers through the exact solve path because there will be lots of pencil marking needed in this grid. So it can be quite confusing at times, but we'll go through the exact solve path. So look at this 7 clue. There is only one way to fill it. When it has 3 digits in the cage, it must be 1, 2 and 4. Now a 12 cage with 4 digits must definitely have 1 and 2 inside, without which the total will be more than 12. So you can try 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is already 13. So 1 and 2 are surely inside a 12 cage. So that means this cell is not 1 and 2 anymore. So that becomes a 4. Which means this will be 1 and 2. And the moment you get a 4 here, now the 12 cage has only one possibility. We need 9 more from 2 cells, and that can only be 3 and 6. So let's put it inside 1, 2, 3 and 6. And now look at this 13 cage. It is severely constrained. The minimum 2 digits that you can write inside this domino is 5 and 7, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 6 and 4 here, so only 5 and 7. And the minimum most value you can write here is 1. Now if you add all these, 5 plus 7 plus 1, it's already 13, right? There is no other way you can write more increased digits which are greater than 1 or 5 and 7 here, because they already add up to 13. And the 1 here gives me a 2 here and a 1 here. Now this becomes an 8-9 pair. Okay, so let's maybe look at the 16 cage. A 16 cage with 5 digits has exactly one possibility. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Because the minimum sum of 5 digits is 15. Now you have 1 degree of freedom. And the only way to do that is by replacing 5 with a 6. And yeah, you can see that there is an 8 cage, which means there must be a 1 inside, without which the sum will be at least 9. There is also a 12 cage, so surely 1 and 2 must be inside because it has 4 cells. So that's not a 1. And now 1 is either in this cell or this cell, which means this is not a 1 because that will remove both of these possibilities. Okay. And now look at all these 34 cages. Let me just highlight that. They all have the same shape and they all have exactly 5 cells. And the only way to make 34 from 5 distinct digits, mind you, only way, it is 4, 6, 7, 8 and 9. There is no other way to make 34 from 5 digits. So I've just simply written all those inside. Now let's do some eliminations. 4 and 7 in column 3, so this is not a 4 and 7. And 4 is not here. 1 is not here. 2 is not here. So we need to make quite a bit of eliminations. Okay, so where does the Sudoku progress? I'll try to minimalize the eliminations. Yes, look at this 33 cage. The only cage left in the grid that we are yet to put some markings inside. A 33 cage with 5 digits will surely have 7, 8 and 9 inside. Just think about it. Without 7, 8 and 9, you can never reach 33. Let's try with maybe 4 plus 5 plus 6, eliminate the 7 and then 8 and 9, right? We are trying without the 7. So you will reach only 32. 4, 5, 6 is 15 and 8 and 9 is 17. So only 32. So clearly 7, 8 and 9 must surely be inside. So let me write that in. And now look at this cell. Very, very powerful cell, and look at the way it is playing an important part in the Sudoku, guys. A very, very important direction at this point. So this cell is seeing all of these cells. So which means it's clearly not 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. And it is also seeing all these 5 cells, which means it cannot be 7, 8, 9. So there is only one possibility at row 5, column 5. Amazing, right? A really beautiful deduction. So just only one possibility. So that is a 5. And now look how the Sudoku progresses. 5 is not here and 5 is not in here. So that puts a 5 here. And this was one of the deductions which I did. And until this point, I was doing, I think, fairly at a good pace. But after making this marking, I failed to notice one important deduction. Can you see what that is? Look at this cage. You have a 5 inside. You can't have an 8 here because 8 plus 5 is 13 and that will force another 13, another 5 inside the grid. So clearly you can't have 8 here. For some reason I missed this possibility. Maybe because of the amount of pencil markings I made in the grid. I don't know, due to whatever reason. I simply did not eliminate 8 from here. So this was the first costly miss I did in the Sudoku. So 9 goes here, which means this must be a 4 and a 5, right? Because 5 is already inside and you need 18 from these 3 cells. And now you can't have 4 here because 4 will be eliminated from all these 5 cells. So this is a 5 and that is a 4. So none of these cells can be a 4. And now 4 is in one of these 2 cells, right, in this cage. And 4 is also in one of these 2 cells. Okay. Let's continue now. Okay, look at this 33 cage. Now it will set in place. You have already 3 digits, 7, 8, 9. So you need 9 from 2 more digits, which cannot be 1 plus 8, which cannot be 2 plus 7 because that would repeat digits inside the cage. It also cannot be 4 plus 5. The only possibility is 3 plus 6. So which means this cage is 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Okay. And now 7 is not going here. That's 3, 6, 8 and 9. And you have 4, 5 here. So this is not a 4. So 4 is either in this cell or this cell. And now comes the next, you can say, tough deduction, right? Look at this cell. Can it be, or let's try using a simpler approach. Where can this cell be along this column? If it is a 6, it could be anywhere here or here, right? Of course, this cell, whatever is here, cannot be here, because let's just highlight and see. If the ping happens to be here, then that would force a 6, 7, 8 and 9 here. Now, no matter what comes here, that will be eliminated from this cage completely, right? And you have all of 6 and 7, 8 and 9 inside. So clearly this cannot be a 6, 7, 8 and 9. Because if you put 6 here, 6 is eliminated, 7 here, 7 is eliminated. Similarly for 8 and 9. So which means the ping cell must be in one of these three cells, right? Cannot be in the cage, it cannot be here, so it has to be here. A very important direction. So clearly now 7, 8, 9 becomes eliminated. So that forces a 6 here. A beautiful deduction really. So that removes 6 from all these cells. Remove 6 from here. Remove 6 from here. Remove 6 from here. And now, okay, you have a pencil mark of 4 in here, so that's not a 4. Okay, so look at this cell. It cannot be 4, 7, 8, 9 or a 5 or a 6. So it is 1, 2 and 3. Obviously, we have already deduced that whatever goes here is in one of these cells. So 6 must be here, which means this is 1, 2 and 3. And these 4 cells in this box must be 1, 2, 3, 5, because you have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 in these 5 cells. So the rest of the cells will be 1, 2, 3, 5. 2 doesn't go here, 1 doesn't go here. And similarly, these 4 cells will also be 1, 2, 3, 5, but 5 can't go here, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 5 without the 1 here. Wow, now you can see that the grid has become very, very populated. Will definitely confuse a solver who's relatively new into solving. And now, okay, 1 isn't here and 1 isn't here. So 1 is in these 3 cells, so that eliminates 1 from here and 1 from here. And you have a 5, 7 pair, so this is not a 5, that's 2, 3. Look at this cell now. This is minimum 3 and it can maximum be only 5, because if you have 6 and more, 8 will be ruled out. 8 will be violated rather. So this will be a 3, 4 and 5. Which means these 2 cells can take a maximum of 4, right? If you have 5, then 5 plus 3 is already 8 and you'll have one more cell extra. These will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Now comes the next really beautiful deduction. Look at row 4, row 7. You almost have something going on here. Now, if you look carefully and ask yourself, where does 7, 8 and 9 go in that row? It would be easy to ask that question only once you see these pencil marks. You can easily eliminate one more cell. A 12 cage with 4 digits can never have 7, 8, 9 inside. So that leaves us exactly 3 cells for 7, 8, 9. Beautiful, right? So that puts a 4 here. So this is 7, 8, 9 and that's a 7, 8, 9. Excellent. Now I have 4 here, I have a 4 here. So a pointing pair of 4s. So which means 4 goes in one of these 2 cells. That's fine. But you also have a marking of 4 in one of these 2 cells, right? In this 34 cage. So clearly 4 is not here. That puts 4 here and now the 8 cage is quickly resolved. Becomes 1, 3. And now this is not a 3 anymore. That's 2, 4 because 3 here rules out 3 from both of these cells. And now the moment you have 4 here, the 12 cage is fixed. It is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6. No other possibility. And now, right, I don't think you need to make markings here. So time to think a bit. So let me pass here, think a bit. Okay, 6 in column 3, right, has to be in one of these 3 cells. So these 2 cells, so which means this domino doesn't take a 6. 6 is removed from there. And 4 here takes off the 4 from this cell and these 2 cells. Okay. All right, I'm 16 minutes into my solve. So what is the next important deduction? Ah, 1 isn't here, right? Can only be in these 2 cells. I'm missing something here. Ah, nice. Look at this cell, guys. Same, the deduction that we did here, exactly the same. Can this cell be a 7, 8 or a 9? Or rather, where does the blue cell go in column 9? It obviously cannot repeat in a cage. It obviously is not the same as this. They don't have any digit in common, which means that blue cell is clearly going into these 3 cells and you can't have 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. That's a 6. So all these cells are not a 6 anymore. 4, 7, 8, 9. And now 6 is in one of these 3 cells. That removes the 6 here. 1, 2, 3. And 6 isn't here. You have 6 here, you have 6 here, so 6 goes here. And that removes the 6 from these 2 cells. Wow. Okay, 6 is not here. And you have 6 in row 6 and 6 in row 4, so that puts 6 in one of these 2 cells. So clearly this is not a 6, that's a 2 or a 3. Okay, so what do I do next? Ah, I have a 9 here, so that's an 8. It could have been written ages back. So 8, 9 gives me a 7 here. That's not a 7 anymore. And that 7 removes the 7 here. That's an 8 and 9. So 7 goes in one of these 2 cells. And 8 here removes the 8 from these 2 cells. And 9 here removes 9 from here and here. And 5 in row 4 and row 5, so gives me a 5 in these 2 cells. Okay, 5 must go in this domino in column 2. So which gives a 2 or a 3 here, right? 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 6 and 7. So that's a 2 or a 3. And now if you look closely, we got a beautiful pair. So 2, 3 can be eliminated from all these cells. So let's first eliminate 3 from the cells. 3, 3 and 2 also goes. Okay. So now look at row 7. There is only one cell left for the 5. 5 can't be here, 5 can't be here, 5 can't be here, and 5 can't be here. So 5 goes here, which means this is 1, 2, or a 3. So you can see that the progress is really slow. You need to think a lot to finish this off. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you need a 2, 3 here. And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 6. Can you imagine, right? After all this chaos and after all this mess, you're getting triplets and quadruples. So which means the remaining cells are 5, 7, 8, 9. So these would be 5, 7, 8, and 9. Now look at this cell. It is seeing all these cells. So it clearly cannot be 7, 8, 9. So that's a 5. And 5 here removes the 5 from this cell. That's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, what do we have here? Yeah, that's nice. A 3 is in one of these two cells, right? Surely it must be there. And similarly, 3 is in one of these two cells. So for rows 6 and 7, we have got 2 instances of 3s. So which means the rest of the cells cannot take 3s, right? Let's first highlight these cells. So you have 3 in one of these two cells and 3 in one of these two cells. So rest of the cells along the row cannot take a 3 because there can only be 2 instances of any digit in any 2 rows or columns. Okay, so I think we have reached the point where it took me the most amount of time. I think I would say at least 1/4 of my time. That is, I took 40 minutes to solve the Sudoku. So 10 minutes of my time went at this place. So I'll pause myself for a second. It's a very tough deduction, but it really opens up the Sudoku. Okay, so the deduction that you need to spot at this point is realizing that this cell cannot be a 2. Gorgeous piece of logic. And that, how do you realize that? You can't simply think and say that, oh, this can't be a 2. That's really tough to say. The way to go about it is 2 is in one of these two cells, right? And in column, in box 3. In box 9, 2 is in one of these 4 cells. So which means in column 7, 2 has only this option, right? If I have a 2 here, let's highlight that. Then in box 5, 2 cannot be here, 2 is forced here. And now look at column 7. Because of this cell, you can't have repeating digits, so the red cell 2 cannot be here. And 2 is already forced here, so 2 is also removed from here. So a 2 here removes the 2 from column 7. This deduction is the deduction of the Sudoku. I should have stressed on that. A really tough one, but after this, the Sudoku really opens up. Let's go about it now. You can't have a 2 here. So that is a 6. Oops. Got a little bit carried away. So that's a 6. And this is not a 6. That is not a 6. Digits don't repeat inside cages. Now you have 6 in one of these two cells. So that gives a 6 here. 6 is removed from here. And now 6 in these two cells give 6 here. So now you'll see we'll get some really nice progress. Okay. So look at these 4 cells. We already saw that there is a quadruple there. And where does the 4 go? 4 must be in one of these two cells. And that gives a 1 here. Which means this is not a 1. That's a 2, 4. Let's remove these stray pencil marks. So a 2, 4 pair. Excellent. So which means this is 3. That's 1. That's 3. That's 2. This 3 gives a 2. That 2 gives a 3. Sudoku is falling apart. Now where does the 2 go? Only one cell left. 2 is here. And so 2. So which means this will be 1, 3. that will be a 1 3. So 1 2 3, right? 1 and 3, so that gives 5 here. So none of these are 5. And okay, 3 in box 5 has to be in one of these two cells. That removes the 3 here. So what am I missing? Yeah, so this guy here takes 4 7 8 and 9, and now we have again hit a quadruple in this endless spotting of quadruples from the scalar Sudoku. What an amazing Sudoku, guys. So quadruple in column 8, 4 cells and 4 exact possibilities. So none of the other cells can take 4 7 8 9. Now the 5 in that column has only one cell left. Let's remove the colors. This is a 5. 5 is in here, so 5 goes here. And 5 goes here, which gives a 5 and a 7. Now 7 is eliminated from all these cells. That gives a 7 here. But we already made a pencil mark of 6 in these two cells, so 6 goes here. That's not 6. Okay. 7 gives 8 here. Removes the 8 from this cell, 6 and 7. That's not 8. 4 and 9. That's not 8. Ah, 6 here removes the 6 from its own cage. That's a 7. That removes 7 from these cells. And now you can't have 7 here and you can't have 7 anywhere here. So 7 goes here, which means these are not 7. So 7 goes here, and that removes 7 from here. Very nice. Let's remove these stray pencil marks. We don't need them anymore. And look at row 3, 2, 4, 7, 9, 5 and 8. So the remaining digits are 1, 3 and 6. And in row 3, column 6, only 6 can be there. That's a 6, right? And that removes the 6 from this cell, which means there's only one possibility for the 6. 6 goes here. So 1, 3, 1, 3. That's a 2. That is into 2. So 2 goes here. That is into 2. That's a 1, 3. So 1, 3, 1, 3 again. So that's not 1, 3. That's 2, 6. All right. And 1 in box 8. Only one cell left. Has to be here. That gives a 3 here, which gives a 1 here, which gives a 3 here, a 1 here, 3 here, a 1 here. Wow, that wrappers are falling off. So 3 is removed from all these cells, so 3 goes here. That's a 1, 2 and 6. Let's remove the stray pencil mark. I'm almost close now. Okay, 3 in box 2, only one option goes here. That means this will be a 4 and a 9 for the row. What am I missing? Okay, let's finish off this column, 8 and 9. And you have 8, 9 here, or rather look where the 2 goes in this row. Has only one cell, 1, 6, and now 6 goes here. Gorgeous, right? Really tough Sudoku, there's no doubt about it. You need to really bend your back, or rather bend your mind getting across the Sudoku. So 2, 7 in row 8, 2 goes here, 7 goes here. That's 8 and 9. And 8 and 9 again. So 8, 9 pair gives me a 3 here. That's an 8 and 9, and that's a 4. That's an 8 and 9. So 8 and 9 all over the place. So again you have 8, 9 pair. So that's a 4. That's a 2. That's a 4. That's a 9. That's an 8. That's a 9. That's a 4. 7 9, so that gives a 8 here, 4 here, 9 8 9 8 9 8. Just go wherever you feel like going. 9 7 9 7 7 8 9 and 8. And with that, we have completed this brilliant killer Sudoku, I would say, created by Peter Maverick. So as I said, I'm going to talk a bit for a minute maybe. The most sticky point of the Sudoku, if you see, was, I wouldn't say it was sticky here because it was a simple enough reduction which I missed. This I would say was very tricky. Reducing the 2 can't be here because that removes both the possibilities of 2. And also finding that this cell has only one possibility would have tricked many solvers too. So please do share where you got stuck in the Sudoku and which according to you was the most difficult reduction. We would be glad to know. Until then, take care. We'll see you soon again with a video. Bye-bye.